Good evening, folks, and welcome to another edition and a new season of Ice Wolves Insider.
And it's Liam Brennan, the hat-trick goal, wins the Credit Union Cup for the LaGrange Ice Wolves.
On tonight's program, we'll be joined by Ice Wolves veterans Nolan Souchotte and Doug Lindensmith, as well as Ice Wolves head coach Bob Beatty, and Ice Wolves followers Keith Kratchmer, Scott boys Curtis Skalicky, and Darwin Roy. Should be a great show. We'll see you right back. Welcome back to Ice Wolves Insider, and on our first show of the new season, we're talking with Ice Wolves players Doug Lindensmith and Nolan Souchotte. Gentlemen, welcome to the program, and welcome back for another season.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so I trust you guys had a pretty good off season, obviously relishing the championship, the SJHL championship. One of the questions going into this season, of course, is was it maybe too short a summer? And obviously every junior player wants to win a championship, and that's part of the territory. But what are your thoughts about, I guess, kind of the short or relatively short off season for you guys? I'll start with you there, Nolan.
Yeah, it was a little bit shorter than our first season, that's for sure. My first season up here, but I think we're all ready to go. Everybody's happy to be back, I think, and everybody looks in great shape and anxious to get going, I think.
All right, Doug, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, can't agree more with Nolan. You know, you like the shorter summers than, you know, a 6-month summer. We all looking good. Everyone's ready to be back and win another title.
All right. Now, speaking of which, what do you think your chances are of repeating this season? Of course, anytime a team wins the championship, people are wondering, is a repeat there? And obviously, you had a lot of departures in the offseason, a lot of really key veterans. Both graduating players and guys that were owed to other teams in other trades. How do you think the season is going to shape up? Start with you there, Nolan.
I think we're looking good so far. Like, I mean, it's really tough to tell. Like, we haven't even been into camp yet. But I mean, I like our forwards. I think we're going to be deep on the forward line. And like, I mean, Bobby's always good at finding those pieces to the puzzle. And I mean, come January 10th and our team's already made up, I'm sure we'll be just fine.
Doug?
Yeah, there's no reason why we can't repeat it. You look at it, we have solid goaltending. We have, you know, all the experience up front, just a little bit less experience in the defensive end. Maybe pick up, you know, a couple key players at the January 10th mark like we did last time. But no, right now we're looking good, just ready to get into training camp.
All right. Now, I think at last count you guys had about 11 returnees from last season, guys that spent the entire season with the team. And obviously, you also had a few guys that I think are expected this year who joined the team for the playoff run. Just wondering, what kind of a benefit do you think that deep playoff run was in terms of gaining experience? Obviously, you got the championship under your belt, but you also got some experience, including in the Anavet and the RBC. How huge do you think that'll be for returning guys like yourself? Start with you there.
It's huge. It's like, you know, playoffs is like another season. Like you develop during the season, then in playoffs you're developing even more. So I think it's huge that we, you know, got 30-some games in the playoffs, and then going to the Anavet and RBC. It's just going to make our team more experienced and more fearful out there. You know, we're going to be a tough team to beat at home.
Would you basically agree with Nolan?
Yeah, I basically agree with that. I mean, yeah, it's pretty much the same thing Doug said. It's a whole different animal, playoffs, and when you get that extra experience, it's only going to better yourself. So I mean, it's great that we had that long season, and it's, like I say, it's only going to help us in the long run.
Now, does this year have any extra importance for you guys, knowing that this is your final year of Junior A hockey here? Start with you there, Doug.
Yeah, it does. You know, this is the last time you can say you're on a junior hockey team. It's you know, starting out as an 18-year-old, and I can't believe it's already my last year. But yeah, it's always every year you want to win a championship, but for sure this as your last year you want to go as far as you can.
Nolan, you're looking forward to your 20-year-old year?
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I'm pretty excited for it. Like Doug said, it flies on you, and it's crazy that it's our last year already. But I mean, I'm really excited for this year, and I'm sure we'll do great.
All right. And just finally, again, kind of in the looking ahead theme, how much have you guys been thinking about the September 17th home opener, the banner raising? I'm sure it's going to be a loud crowd, a large crowd for a home opener. How much have you guys been thinking about in the off season? I'll start with you there, Doug.
That's all I've been thinking about this whole off season is, just being able to see the first banner that L'Orange has go up into the stands, and it's going to be, a memorable thing that, most players have maybe never even seen a banner go up, and it's really great. I actually can't wait for it.
Mm-hmm. Nolan?
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. It's going to be a special night for all of us, and even for the town of L'Orange and this hockey club and this franchise, it's the first one that's going up in this rink, and it was just really special and to be a part of that, and it'll be awesome to see that thing raised.
All right. Well, guys, thanks again for doing this this evening, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys on the ice.
Thank you very much.
All right. If you're just joining us, this is Ice Wolves Insider, and we've been joined by Ice Wolves players Nolan Souchotte and Doug Lindensmith. We'll be right back with Ice Wolves head coach and director of hockey operations, Bob Beatty. Welcome back to Ice Wolves Insider. We're joined now by Ice Wolves head coach and director of hockey operations, Bob Beatty. Bob, welcome to the program.
Thanks, Skelly. Great to be back.
Yeah, it is. All right. So, of course, everybody wondering after you capturing an S2HL championship, L'Orange's first ever last season. What do you do for an encore this season? Maybe just your initial thoughts on the year coming up here.
Well, I think you just prepare like any other year. You want to have the strongest team possible, and you don't have as much time, to recruit or go scouting. Obviously, with a short summer, but we're going to prepare to defend our title, and you want to make sure that there is no hangover, and sometimes that will happen when you have success. I don't think it'll happen with this group, but when you have success, sometimes you think that it's going to happen again automatically, which certainly isn't the case. But that'll be. We'll start to work on that on Friday when camp opens.
Yeah. Of course, in junior hockey, it's a little bit different situation. In some other leagues, of course, you can return a good chunk of your team. That's not going to be the case for you guys this year. At last count, I think you got maybe 11, 12 veterans that you're going to have to replace this season. Just your thoughts on, I guess, the task of replacing those guys. All of them were pretty key guys for you last season.
Well, they certainly were. We had 9 quality hockey players and quality individuals, good character guys that we're going to have to replace that graduated as 20-year-olds, and obviously we had to pay the credit card off from our trade with S2E1 following the Christmas break last year, and getting Liam Brennan and Colton McPherson, who were obviously key ingredients for us on our playoff run and our success. But we did give up 2 quality kids, and Joel Danluck and Ben Finley, that we're going to have to find replacements for as well. It's a difficult task, but that's the nature of junior hockey, and replacing that many players is from the outset it looks like a pretty daunting task, but you just chip away and try and replace one player at a time, and the season hasn't started yet, so I'm sure that we'll be able to add players as we go. It's not a situation where we have a lot of assets in the bank in terms of future considerations like we did last year, but I think we'll be working hard and trying to find the components of a championship team again. Our guys certainly aren't willing to take a back seat and write the season off, which is a good sign. They're in early and they're in great shape, and they have a mandate to defend their cup. So so far so good.
All right. So how are things going in terms of trying to find replacements for all these guys that have left in the off season? How has recruiting gone in the off season?
Well, it's gone pretty well. We're going to be a younger team. You know, we've got some good young players coming in. You know, we did get Alex Van Dannemeel, a defenseman from Yorkton, in the future considerations in the Adam Moore, Joel Danluck trade. We've got a couple of 19-year-olds that